What's going on, guys? Gonna get into the market today. We're gonna talk about SPY, Aapl, and SoFi and go over where we think the market is headed to. Gonna get into flow and the gamma as well as some charts. So if you guys want me to talk about any other stocks besides SoFi, just drop the comments below and I'll try to get into them and review them. I think most people are just in SoFi and interested in it, and that's what, people tend to view on my channel the most. So that's why I talk about SoFi every day. But that position's doing really well. SoFi has recovered a lot. Overall, choppy day in the market. The average volume is around 93, and the volume is 62.91. So we are going up on low volume, which is something to keep in mind. And basically, the SPY call wall, the next spot, so 682 is where we're at. The next spot I'm looking for would be 685. That's the next largest call wall. And then 690. Pretty big put wall at 681, but this could act as a magnet and support, so we'll definitely have to wait and see for that. But what I have on Aapl, because Aapl is largely weighted in SPY, they kind of move very well together, Aapl and NVIDIA at least. So basically I have 685 and 689 as the next really big spots for SPY. And I posted in the Discord, yesterday, we saw a large call come in for Aapl, and the spot price on that was 283. The strike was 285, and I believe this paid today. Now, today, near the close, I saw more Aapl calls come in, 287, 290. So you're seeing out of the money, very aggressive premium, and these are weeklies and next week. So I do expect the market to continue to rally. Now, Aapl is in price discovery mode, so I'm not going to be the first one to short this by any means, but what I can see is us trading higher to that 290 call wall and potentially rejecting this. It doesn't have to, but they are loading those 1219 and 1231 puts. Could be hedges, but I'm seeing a lot of put flow. So as we go up on low volume, they are adding to their positions, and all it takes is a big news headline, anything like that. I'm not sure if it's going to be jobs data or what that's going to drop us, but I would be careful as we add higher. Start to lock in some profits, start to position yourself well so you're not caught in a rug pull. As far as the Aapl call wall goes, 290 is the spot I'm looking for. I just said that. And then obviously 300 would be the next. Your put wall is down at 277.50. And yeah, that's what we have on Aapl. So I am leaning bullish just due to the flow. But yeah, I am starting to lock in profits. I posted this today. Sold NVIDIA, sold Nike, all out of Nike. Still in SoFi and TTD, but, gonna talk about my SoFi position and what I plan to do with that. Then let's hop over to SoFi. A couple things I want to talk about with this. So obviously hit $30 today, rejected again. Typical SoFi around that 30 to 32 mark is really tough for the stock, tends to get sold off. But as far as the flow goes, obviously that 30 call wall is a huge magnet spot. It did not act as support today, so now we're back below it. I'm not sure SoFi is going to be in the S&P 500 this Friday. The reason being is because I would be seeing a lot more aggressive call flow for SoFi. If they were going to be, I'm talking $1 million orders or at least 500K weeklies or maybe next week. And the reason I say that is because you look at something like Marvel, who absolutely crushed earnings, and look at their call flow. All calls above ask, 100K orders, 561K in calls for weeklies, targeting out of the money. These people know. So someone would know SoFi is going to be in the S&P 500, and I'm just not seeing that crazy flow. If we look overall, the puts are actually starting to rise up. That 29 is becoming a big spot for SoFi. And if we look just on the month, you can see the puts are outweighing. So it's just something interesting. They're starting to short SoFi. Obviously, it's at a tough spot. It's at a smart spot to go short on it just because how it always rejects this area. But that's why I'm not 100% confident that we're going to be including the S&P 500. A lot of people are saying early 2026 is when it would happen, which is cool. I think SoFi has more time to just naturally trade higher, and then we'll get a bigger move, bigger catalyst out of the S&P 500 inclusion. So that's what I have on SoFi. As far as the chart goes, everything looks great. We did kind of reject the supply here. Need to see us build over that, retest it and head higher and break that previous month high of 32.73. But next time we trend a little bit higher, I might look to sell some out of the money covered calls because I don't really want to sell my SoFi position, but I want to make money if we were to reject. So I want to look into what I could potentially sell. So for SoFi, I have 200 shares in my swing account, and then I have another 150 in an account I don't even look at. So I'm really not worried if I were to get these called away. Keep that in mind. I would only sell one contract, which is 100 shares collateral. If they get called away, I will have to sell at $33. This is the strike that I would be looking to sell at. Just because SoFi, this is above all-time highs, and we haven't made it there yet. Can always buy to close it, anything like that. So basically, if I sell it for $143 is what I get. And as SoFi chops around, or even, if I'm leaning bearish for the end of December, well, then this will probably get cut in half easily. So these would go down to like $70. And then I could always buy to close there or just let them expire worthless. If they get called away, they get called away, and I would still make money on my shares. And, I have some shares running. So it's kind of what I'm looking to do. I think this is a really good way to exit a position. Not that I'm exiting SoFi, but instead of just straight up selling my shares because I think the market might go down, I'm going to collect some premium because I'm still bullish on SoFi longer term. So that's kind of like what I'm looking to do with SoFi. These premiums aren't insanely good, which sucks, but maybe in the coming years when SoFi is much higher, it'll be fun to sell some covered calls on it. But that's pretty much what I have on SoFi at the moment. And just wrapping up here, so if Aapl and SPY want to head higher, I believe SoFi will obviously head higher with the overall market. So as we head up towards this 32, if we can make it here, then these call premiums I'm looking at will actually be even higher. Maybe I could sell this for around $2 or $2.50. So I'm definitely being patient. I want to see us trend higher before I decide to sell that covered call, but that's pretty much what I have. Hope you guys liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Have a good one.